Hey loves, Kim here, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time on my channel, I just would like to say welcome. Hi, my name is Kim. I am a Sims 4 gamer, and we are here with part 3 of this luxury estate here in t.o.o.l Valley. To all of my OGs that's been here for a minute, thank you all so much for coming back. And for anyone watching, I'm still open for name suggestions for this property, so feel free to drop me a comment down in the comment box letting me know what you think I should name this place. But anyway, we are talking about this video. So I looked at my reference picture and realized that it's a little different from what I came up with, but it's The Sims, so that is to be expected. But I ended up expanding this part of the Casita just a little bit, just to give it a little bit more stateliness, just to give it more of an interesting shape. But you'll see what I mean in a little bit. I'm on the inside and I'm playing around with furniture. So the Casita is pretty straightforward. There is like your living space, so like your kitchen, your living room, dining room, foyer, and then there's like your sleeping space, your bathroom, and your bedroom. The bathroom can only be accessed through the bedroom. I just thought that that made a little bit more sense for how I ended up laying everything out, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So I was playing around with the windows since I was making some exterior adjustments, and it all worked out in the end. It really did. I didn't want to lose valuable space on the inside because I was adding like those big pillars on the outside, but I was able to kind of compromise so I can kind of get the look of my original reference, however maximize the function to how things work in The Sims. So that was a little challenging, but we made it through. And then I was playing around with some new curtains. I believe that these are the ones from the Desert Luxe kit. Initially I wanted to use the ones from the Modern Luxe kit, but it didn't quite work in this space because it's on the tallest wall height, and those curtains don't hit all the way down to the floor from the position that I wanted to hang the curtains on. So if they were a little bit longer, I would have used them. But yeah, I moved those big pillars out as far as I could, and now I have a full wall of just clear windows so we can look at the pool and look at the main house. And I'm playing around with some rugs, trying to layer some things. That top rug, I want to say it's from Seasons if I'm not mistaken, and I like that it's super organic and it has all of these different like patterns and things. It's almost like a cowhide. I don't have any of these in real life, and I probably wouldn't want one, but for The Sims it looks cool and I like the pattern. This is pretty much the orientation of the living room that I end up with. So we're utilizing the wall that's adjoining the living room and the bedroom as kind of like our focal wall, and I really wanted a fireplace. I mean, this is t.o.o.l Valley, so I don't really foresee it getting cold to the point to where you would need a fireplace, but just for aesthetics and like just a little bit of ambiance and warmth, I think that would be super duper nice. And now I'm filtering through the doors, trying to figure out what door I want to use for the bedroom. I ended up going with the double wide door from Get Together. It kind of looks like wooden slats and then a glass panel on the side. I just really like the way it came out. In my head, I thought I was going to be using something more on the lines of Jungle Adventure, just kind of like more jungly, but I ended up with that super modern door and I really like it. So we're playing around in the bedroom and I'm trying to figure out how I want to lay out this room. I knew that of course we needed a bed, we needed access to the bathroom, and I definitely wanted some sort of desk or vanity. I ended up going with a vanity and I settled on the one from the Vintage Glamour pack in a green swatch. So throughout this whole Casita you will notice a huge green and brown influence. I really wanted to embrace like like the natural element, and I wanted to almost do an extension from what we did on the patio of the casita with more of like the natural timbers and more neutrals. I wanted to carry that inside but introduce green, because I feel like green, depending on the tone, can also be very, very earthy, and I wanted to pair it with some more earthy elements like the timber on the floor, the concrete on the walls and things. And for the lighting in here, I decided to go with wall sconces. Now, I decided on wall sconces before I knew that I was going to commit to the concrete idea. So as far as real life functionality, might not be the best, but for aesthetics, I was here for it. I tried again with the Modern Luxe drapes in the bedroom, and I was going to use them, but for some reason the little pieces in the middle, they would not snap properly, and I even tried to free move them by holding down Alt, and for some reason it wouldn't hit that area that I needed it to hit. So I just decided to continue on with the Desert Luxe curtains. It worked in the main room, so it definitely could work in the bedroom. I got rid of the windows that were behind the bed, and I ended up just going with this simple round window. I want to say that's from the Cottage Living pack, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know, I really like it. I like just the simple round shape with the intricate lattice design. I feel like it really did something for me. Now we're in the bathroom, and the bathroom was a little tricky. So I initially was going to do like a super modern open concept from the bedroom, and I was going to make like a little wet room with the shower and the sink, and the toilet be in the closet, like a water closet. But that didn't quite work out. It wasn't really doing it for me, but you'll see everything in full when we get back to it. We're back in the main room, and I pulled out a bunch of different things from previous parts that I just kind of placed in the casita that I thought, oh, okay, well, aesthetically that might be the vibe, and I'm trying to just figure out how I want to do everything. So we're by the main TV, and I was playing around with these little hanging wall pieces. I think they're from the Sims 4 for Rent pack, and I don't know, I was just mixing in a lot of styles. Like I really wanted it to feel cozy, but I wanted it to, I don't know, I wanted it to be in a spot that was pretty neutral and usable by a lot of people. I think that's another reason why I went with kind of like greens and browns and more natural materials instead of catering it to something that's very niche, because this is essentially a guest home. But yeah, back in the bedrooms, we're just playing around with some accessories. I decided on what chair I wanted to use for the vanity, and we also added in an ottoman. I ultimately end up going with the one from the Island Living pack, which is like a 2-seat love seat. And right now I'm playing around with a bunch of different rugs, which was fun. I like how if you put like an ottoman in front of the bed, some rugs you can make them look larger by placing 2 on either side, which is really nice. I ended up just going with this base game rug. I really like the I like the tones of all the browns, and I feel like just the shapes, it just kind of gave like an artsy vibe, and I don't know, I just really like it. It pulled in multiple colors from the room and from the casita in general, so I felt like it just worked the best in that space. I'm putting down a laundry hamper right now. I don't have a washer and dryer here, so the Sims clothes just kind of like collect on the floor, but I will eventually put in a washer and dryer so they don't just pile up and look a mess. But yeah, I found some artwork. I think this came with one of the base game updates, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or the Get Famous pack. I can't quite remember where that piece of art came from. Obviously the laundry hampers came with the Laundry Day pack, and then the little rug that's underneath the vanity actually came with the Snowy Escape pack. pack. Super fun. So I was playing around with lighting, and I really like this light that I ended up going with. I think that's also from the Desert Luxe pack or the Modern Luxe pack, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we're back into the bathroom, and the whole wet room idea that I was telling you guys about, it just wasn't really doing it for me. It just looked really awkward, and I was just thinking, although like your Sims can't really smell for real, like I don't know, I just would want like moisture and like bathroom smells to be a little bit more contained. So that's when I got the idea, okay, let's reconfigure this thing. Let's bring the toilet out. Let's make the shower into a little alcove, and like let's really put everything in its place. This is a relatively small bathroom. I want to say it's 7 tiles, but it's super functional, and I just really love the way it came out, and I love all of the different accessories that I was able to pack in here. So as far as the stuff that we are using, can't quite recall where that sink comes from. I think that sink came with the Growing Together pack. The toilet, I'm not sure, but I know it came from like an earlier pack. The toilet isn't too special. I end up going with this rack from either, I think that rack is from Laundry Day with the towels. The mirror is from Spa Day, and the little accent pieces on the wall, if I'm not mistaken, they are from the Get Famous pack. And then I'm adding in these little they're technically like curtain pieces that came with the Desert Luxe pack, but I'm using them as like a little accent piece or a little shelf, which is super cute. I love that painting on the back. I think that painting, I can't quite remember. If I had to guess, I think that came with the Tiny Living pack. And then the little toilet accessories, I want to say that came with Vintage Glamour. The little plant that came with, I don't even know the name of the pack, or it's actually a kit. It's like the little plant kit. I got it for free. I don't know if it's still for free, you guys, but I saw free and I was like, let me get it. And I actually like a lot of the little plants that are in there. I end up not doing a curtain in this bathroom. One, because none of the curtains look right, but also just outside is being blocked by like this huge cacti, and I don't think people are going to be able to really peep in on your Sims like that. But anyway, we're back in the main space, and I think I start working on the kitchen. So I'm using these cabinet pieces from the Home Chef Hustle pack or kit. If I say pack when I mean kit, just please excuse me, you guys. I don't really use the kits often, but I did get a couple just because, I don't know, there was some things that I was interested in. Anyway, I'm using the Home Chef kit, Home Shelf, y'all know what I'm trying to say, the Home Chef Hustle kit in this kitchen. And I love this little green swatch. It's not quite a mint green, but it's close. It's almost like a cantaloupe, I don't know, but it's super cute, and it really went with my green theme. And I decided not to put an oven in here. I put in a separate cooktop, which I thought did the job. I want to say the cooktop is from the Dream Home Decorator pack, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it's probably from Home Chef Hustle. But I didn't want an oven in here. Like I mentioned before, I want the Casita to feel like its own entity, but not have everything to where your Sims don't need to go into the main house. So that's one of the things that I intentionally did not put in for that reason. But yeah, just playing around with some different shelving and some cabinetry. And I end up using this wall tile, which was really nice. I can't remember what pack it is. Honestly, it may be base game, but I really like it. It's almost like a beige, but I feel like the tone really reads more brown, and it just adds a different texture to the wall. And I like it. I don't know, it's kind of modern. It's not quite in fitting with like the main Casita style, but I really like the juxtaposition of that wall tile playing around with some accessories and just making sure your Sims have some like necessities with the appliances. So like the kettle, definitely can see like your Sims having like their morning coffee or their tea. And then that little book next to the stove, that book is actually functional. So I was playtesting and like you can click on it and like learn and cook different recipes, which I thought was so fun. I think one of the recipes is like for pizza and like some other things. So I don't know, I'm really excited to like really play test everything and see what I can discover about all of this new stuff that I have. Anyway, we are in the foyer and I wanted to keep with the green theme, so we end up with this green accent table, and I am just embellishing it with just different tones that I think will work, like golds and browns and things like that. And then back in the living room, or actually the foyer, we are deciding on just kind of like a welcome mat so you can dust off your feet as you're coming in. I just end up going with the brown one. But yeah, we are still accessorizing and still trying to figure out what artwork do we want to use, what mood do we want to set, and what ceiling lamp we want to have as you enter in. I ended up going with this kind of like bulbous shape one. I want to say that's from the Get to Work pack. It's an oldie but a goodie. I use it quite often. And then I used the new like trash can that came with like the battle pass thing. It's like the really expensive one that gives you money back, but this one is a lot cheaper. So more affordable for your Sims. Anyway, we are just playing around and we're just adding in different bits and bobs and touches around just to kind of make the place feel whole. I really wanted to use this 3-tier plant stand from the whatever it's called, the plant kit. I don't know the official name, you guys, so please forgive me. I definitely wanted to use that, so I figured out how to incorporate that. And I wanted to add just a little bit of extra seating, so I added in those 2 stools from the Island Living pack in front of the fireplace, because I figured let me do something low profile so your Sims on the couch will always be able to watch TV. But say for instance you have more than your usual amount of guests over and you wanted to have like a conversation around the coffee table, there's 2 extra seats right there. It's at this point where I am trying to figure out what I want to do with the entertainment space. I really wanted a fireplace. I really wanted it to feel grand, and I just do a lot of experimentation here. I am using this fireplace. I can't remember where that fireplace is from. If I had to guess, I think it's from the Get Together pack. But yeah, I'm just playing around with like some half walls and shelving, and I'm really trying to commit to like this asymmetrical vibe, and I really like the way it came out, even though it took a lot to get there. Just me trying to figure out like how do I want to do it, and like, you know, incorporating all of these different materials and like the vibe. Like I really wanted to go for custom. Probably the most frustrating thing about this part is that even if you have a half wall, the fireplace is going to snap to it. So I had to constantly delete walls and try it out with half walls just to see if everything was going to line up properly. And like right now you see that I have like a bunch of different fireplaces here to make sure that I'm lining everything up right to the edge of the half wall. So it was a process, but a process well worth it indeed. And yeah, so yeah, you can see me now just trying to fix everything in, and I ended up just throwing on a enlarged shelf from the Get to Work pack, and I'm as you can see, I'm just repairing all of the different walls and things. I was going to just turn the fireplace around and do kind of like a back-to-back situation, but that didn't quite work for me. But anyway, I just really love how everything came out. I know we're coming up on screenshots pretty soon, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. If you made it this far far in the video, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and be sure to give me a big thumbs up and let me know what you think. And if you have any name suggestions, I'm still open. Feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Anyway, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.